Okay, good morning, brothers and sisters. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to our DCC for today, right? Hi, my name is Ron Tan. I'm streaming live to you from Kuala Lumpur. Hi, thank you for joining our ultimate daily closing challenge for today. Right. Maybe a quick introduction for those of you who are new, don't know me. My name is Ron. I come from Kuala Lumpur. Prior to New Skin, I was in the IT industry for many years, 20 over years, as I was an employee. And then I started to do my own business and come into New Skin environment to learn to become a global entrepreneur. Yeah, right. I think I also started with a set of weight management program when I first started, and then after that, subsequently continued to use many more wonderful new skin products. And here I am, right? Here I am hosting a DCC for today. Okay. And I think today is the 30th of June, right? You know, actually, we are the last day of the first half of 2026, right? Actually, time really flies, right? So when I thought about it, right? But then I reset back again and I said, hey, actually, time didn't fly. If you all realize it, time just take 1 second at a time, right? It doesn't fly. It just stick on 1 second consistently, right? I guess if we also focus on our efforts consistently, we will be able to catch up as well, right? I think that one of the things that I've learned, right, in anything we do, in anything we do, right, even though today is the 30th day of June and the last day of the first half of 2026, we still got so much more to go. Correct? No, we've got still so much more to go in 2026 itself. We're in the 4.0 era. We've got so much more to go and so much more to do, right? And so I think it's very exciting. Now, I think along the way, of course, we will go into a lot of different type of environments and all that. And then one of the key strength need to co-host. One of the key strength. Okay, let me do something. Who else I need to co-host? Let me quickly, I thought I did this. I think this should stop and here we go. Okay, I'm done. Thank you very much, Mikaela. So one of the person, what was I talking about? Oh, one of the key things that we talk about, right, in any of our journey, right, whether it's new skin or in any of your business or whether you are doing anything at all, right, I think one very strong attitude, right, is never give up, right? Never give up, right? So I'm not sure whether you heard about this term before. They've always said that you can never fail in this business, right? You can never fail in this business so long as you never give up. You continue to persist, continue to go on, and continue to do, you will never fail in this business. And so I came across this video. I've played it before. I'm going to play one more time because it's so impactful, right? It tells me I still continue to learn a lot, right? With this video, I'm going to share with you about the no giving up attitude. So let's enjoy this video.
So let's check this girl. She only needs 15 pull-ups to beat the boys. Let's see how she's gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my God, she's tired. 8, 9. Let's go. Let's go, little girl. 10. Okay, she still has 5 to go. 11. Let's go. 12. Let's go. 18. Oh my God, 2 more to go. 14. Okay, 1 more and you beat the boys. 15. Yes. Can she carry on? She wants to continue. Okay, let's go. Take it to 20. 16. 17. Oh my God. 1 more to 20. Oh. 20. Great. She's so great.
Okay, quick one, right? You saw this, right? So I think a couple of things I noticed, like so when the little girl was doing, you look at her, right? And the commentator, if you look at the commentator, she only needed 15 to beat the boys. Only 15 to beat the boys, right? So that's what other people's perception of her, right? Only 15 to beat the boys, right? And when she did 10, she did, okay, 5 more to go and beat the boy, 5 more to go, right? Oh yeah, 15, she already did it. But that's the commentator's view. But you think on behalf of the little girl, did she hear the commentator? She never heard the commentator at all. Why? Because she was there on site and she was doing what she was doing or what she did, right? What I realized, right, at first she started very strong and all that. Of course, we know we will get tired, one. That's normal. But what I think I learned from her, right, is you can rest. You need to reset, but you need to restart. But you never give up. You never give up. So if you're tired, right, you rest for a while and then you reset. Then you need to restart, right? So as many times as you need, but you don't quit, right? She never quit, right? For her, it's like she wanted to hit 20, perhaps in her mind, right? She wanted to miss it because she has a time limit, right? So I think if you look at it, right, if we relate this back to our business, right, brothers and sisters, right? We got today, today is the 30th, today is the last day, but we have got how many more hours to go, right? So if you feel a bit tired or whatever, it's okay. Rest, right? Maybe take 5 minutes to rest, reset again, go again, restart, and then refocus as many times as you need, right? Not only for today, for the rest of 2026, or even in 2020, in our ST, in our New Skin 4.0, right? So because it is a marathon, brothers and sisters, right? So I thought this was very fantastic. I learned a lot again. When I saw the video, I continued to learn again. So when you look at it, things at different times, different perspective, you learn different things, right? So I thought I'd share this with you. And I'd like to congratulate, I mean, before that, right? So again, this very much this slide, right? That die must make it. So as you can relate, right? We didn't just say that must make it just for the sake of our business, right? But you look at the girl when she stands up, right? She die must make it also, right? So it can be done, right? So brothers and sisters, today, if you have met your goal or, you can go more forward. If you meet 15, go for 20, right? Like what she did, right? If you meet your 10K, go for more, right? If you haven't met your 10K, go for 10K as well, right? But the most important thing is never give up. So I'd like to congratulate all of our friends here over there, like towards the end of the month is still closing, like Mazlina Mazlan, congratulations. Manvir Singh, Pauline Rodriguez, Irene Hashim, Angela Aputasan, and Sukanti, Andrea Hanu, Eric Cha, Melanie Liao, Jeff Tan, Christy, Dr. Sunyi, Mandy Lau, Kelvin Khan, Ashley, and Sam. Congratulations, guys. You really, really show us towards the end. And guess what? We still got one more day to go, right? So I'd like to invite our sharer that has very, very strong spirit that we've witnessed. As you knew, I'd like to invite Andrea to share with us. Andrea, welcome. Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Thank you.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Andrea. So actually, I am relatively new to this. Okay, I am currently working as a business analyst in the IT industry. So actually, on paper, you might feel that my career is like very stable, and then I have nothing to worry. My life is settled. But then actually, deep down, I felt really stuck in this. So every day, like I felt like I was doing the same routine again and again, and it's like an endless loop where I couldn't see the opportunity to grow, learn, or become a better version of myself. And then I started asking myself, is this all there is to life? This is all before I got introduced to NU Skin and all. So then when I actually onboarded the TRME program, okay, and then I also was introduced to this business and to this venture. So actually it's by Helen. So Helen shared to me about ST and the opportunities that this business could provide. So to be honest, actually in the beginning I was very hesitant. Like many people, I also had my doubts and wasn't sure if this was something for me, especially like when I go out and talk to people. I was a little hesitant. So instead of jumping straight, I was just like wanted to focus my 90 days first and transform my health. Then after I go through the transformation, I feel that, oh, this is really a working thing. Like it could really help. And then also gave me more confidence on myself. And if we can create such a positive change in my life, maybe there is something much bigger waiting for me. So that's why I decided to venture into this business. Then I came to my very first LTS. So I remember the first time I walking into the hall, like how actually there was already a tiny spark in me to start this. But when I went to the LTS and surrounded by so many passionate, energetic, and positive people, that tiny spark become a very huge flame. The atmosphere was incredible. People were cheering people on, celebrating success, and believing that bigger things were possible. That energy gave me so much of confidence and motivation. Another moment in LTS that really impacted me was listening to CEO Stan's inspiring journey. So his story made me realize that success don't only have to come from a conventional path. We don't have to spend our entire life thinking there's only one way to achieve our dream. What matters most is that as long we have a clear goal, we believe in ourselves and we take consistent action towards it every single day, we will achieve whatever we want to achieve. So after the my first LTS, my entire perspective on life really changed. So I stopped seeing limitations and I started seeing possibilities. Instead of wondering, can I do this? I started asking, how can I make this happen? So since then, I've been joining DCC every day and seeing and listening to so many achievers, so many the success stories. And then I also joined ASCP last week, listening to CEO Andy give such an inspiring speech. So every training, every sharing session, every success story just adds more fuel to the fire that's inside me. So it reminds me why I started and keeps me focused on where to go. So of course, like I'm relatively new, so it's not the journey is definitely not going to be smooth. I faced several rejections where people said no, they were not interested, and then I was like a little demotivated. But every time I feel discouraged, my upline Helen is there to guide me and encourage me and remind me that rejection is not a failure; it's just simply part of the journey. So her belief in me gave me the strength to keep going, and even if the result didn't come immediately, I should have just focused on my goal and just move forward. So today I would like to say thank you to her. Thank you for believing in me before I believe in myself. Thank you for your patience and your mentorship and showing me that persistence always pays off. So this journey is only the beginning. I know there'll be a lot of challenges ahead, but I know every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. So I'll continue to learn, stay, and keep moving forward with determination. So I know I can achieve my dream. Okay, so yeah, my dream is by ST 26 I also can achieve blue diamond. So that is my dream. Thank you everyone. That's all from me.
Oh, thank you very much, Andrea. That's a fantastic sharing, right? And I think it's so good to hear from someone relative new like yourself, that amazing spirit, right? I love it when you say that there's no limitation. It's just that how do we make it happen, right? I think it's you hit it right on the nail, right? In everything we do, right? There's always a positive mindset and a not so positive mindset, right? So we all need to be have a growth mindset. And we need to make sure say, okay, I don't know how to do this, but how do I make it happen? What must I do? Right. So if you don't know how to do, it's okay. Learn. Right. You can always reach out to your upline who's more than willing to teach you. Right. There's so many people that have experience in this industry and also in our business, right? I mean, we are not new in a way. Success Together has been coming to 26 years old, right? I think obviously there's a lot of experience that you can add on, right? So as you rightly mentioned, it's good that you're going in with your eyes open that there will be challenges and all that, right? But I think congratulations. Once you know that, and once you know that you will be getting rejection, it's good because rejection is something that's going to help make you stronger. help make you to be much more wiser and help you to understand people's perspective first, because ultimately this is a people business, right? So actually, we all love rejection. We welcome it, right? And I think that's how we all grow together, right? By learning from each other. And I think you have a fantastic mentor in Helene, one of the top achievers in our group, and I think you're definitely in a very good hands in her and as well in our AA team. Right? So we are so fortunate to have our mentors together with us, and also the big system together, right? Thank you very much, and Andrea. So I think as you can see, brothers and sisters, this is obviously part of our success model, right? Success model. Andrea came in, and as many of our friends also, they come in with through a sales of a product, and she started to take the product, and then from there we follow up, right? So as what we learned from Elaine, she followed up, she serviced, and then she invited Andrea to look at the possibility rather than just be a consumer, right? A lot of time people just sell you things and then leave you be, right? But actually, at the end of the world, what we are doing at the end of the day, right? What we're doing is we're helping more people with regards to their health. We also help them with the financial situation, and we give them opportunity, because this is what New Skin give us as well, right? So why don't we share it, So we do, and we follow up, we activate, and when you bring someone like Andrea or any of your friends to see what is possible, and from that, right, if they are interested and if they find that this can be of value to their life, we help them to get started in the business. And that's what we call duplication, right? Because, once our friend come in and things like that, they are activated, they want to do the business, of course, we have to teach them how to do it correctly, right? So I think our success model is really, really effective. I think it's through very, very many years of experience, right, in doing that. And what we also do is we have something very simple, what we call a duplication method. So our duplication method, if you've heard many times, it's called 3155. Right? So it's something easy for us to remember. Like, for example, when you start any business, what do? We need to go and look for customers, as in any business, right? So in our business, we strive to look for a minimum of 30, right? So that's the three, right? 3 stands for 30 subscribers or 30 customers or 30 loyal customers, right? Of any business, you need loyal customers or repeat customers, right? So that's what the 3 stands for. The 1 stands for ourselves, right? So it stands for 1 for ourselves. We want to be the person with the best testimonial. We want to be the person who's driving that. That's a 5, and 5 is once we are able to get our customers on board, and we look for people who wants to do the business. So we just start to look for 5. Right? We look for 5 to teach them and guide them, to mentor them, or in a term is to activate them to do the business, and in return also to teach them how to look for their 5. So that's why 3155, right? So once you understand that, so when you do this business, it's actually very simple. If all of us start off with products, we become a testimonial. Then we look for customers. So we have a target. Anything we do, we have KPIs. We look for 30, minimum 30. Not say that you stop there, but I know you get 30, and then you look for 5 and look for another 5. Right? So what makes it even more exciting is what we call our prism opportunity. Right? So our prism opportunity presents what we call a foray into the wellness industry, right? Something that's very, very interesting and very intelligent. Right? So Prism IO, if you all heard it, if you come to our DCC session, you probably hear every day, right? So if you haven't caught up, don't worry, you can always catch up, right? So what's so special about Prism IO? Side of our nutritional health in 15 seconds, right? So some people will say, wow, this is fantastic, and they immediately believe it, right? Some people may be skeptical, it's normal, but we do have proof, we do have evidence, we do have research, right? That's completed and also ongoing, right? So you can show people, these are all public information that Newskin have done, all of the studies, and let people know, why they do specific clinical studies, and what does it denote, and how does it give us more confidence, right? So 100% of people that I've talked to, once I mentioned all of these names I've done, share with them all that, they have no more doubt, right? So we are all humans. At first, of course, we will also definitely think, oh, are you sure this is true and things like that. But once you give them the proper information, people will believe, right? Because these are all facts, right? So we do have all this, right? So the fantastic thing about it is when we have all this, and we know it's good, we know that the product that works, right? The products that we consume works. So what we do is we start to do the business. So a simple way as in doing any business, you need to get certain revenue, right? So if you do a minimum of 15,000 per month, right? Whether it's through our TRME products, whether it's through our Ultimate Duo, or even our subscription products, if as long as you get 3 people to want to do the business with you, right? Through our 6.5% compensation plan by New Skin, we can get up to about 2,000 over ringgit, right? Of what we call passive income. So the fantastic business about this is as we grow more, our income will grow more. So this is not something unique in a way that this is very typical in the franchise environment. If today you have 3 7-Elevens and you have 30 7-Elevens, or even you have 300 7-Elevens under your belt, would you make more passive income? Of course you will. And it's through this, right, we can also enjoy this passive income because we have a platform in New Skin, right? New Skin is like our 7-Eleven of the world, right? And we have the right to open a 7-Eleven, what in this case we call a wellness franchise. We can open. We have the right, and New Skin wants us to open. So brothers and sisters, go for minimum 300 Prism IO, right? At least in 4.0 or beyond, right? So why is that? So if you hit 300 Prism IO with this income, you tend to have a multi-million ringgit income per annum. So that's what we want, right? Can you imagine that every year you get more than a few millions income every month on a passive mode? It will change a lot of things, right? So that's how we start. Something very simple, but something very duplicable, doing the things that all of us are doing currently, right? But a lot of all this, not a lot, all of this is fundamentally rest on the premise that we take products, right? We help New Skin we help to introduce wonderful products to our friends and family. And today, I would like to introduce you to another product, and you will have our product specialist, Mikaela, to share with us. Mikaela, take it away.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much to Andrea also. You are really inspiring, having hopes and dreams, right? It's definitely something that all of us is responsible to share with people around us. And just like what Ron mentioned earlier, when it comes to business, right, we have to be the best person that share the products and how it benefit us. It's not just about the product details, but also about your own feelings when it comes to consuming the product. So today I'm going to share my feelings with you, okay, and my customers' feelings with you on this specific product that maybe all of us can benefit from. So, whenever I always have this joke, I always tell my ex-colleagues when I was working, where I'm the queen of all bloating. Any type of bloat I have experienced before, come to me as like a yellow page to get a solution how to de-bloat. Okay, so they will come to me and give me all the products. Then I say, work, don't work. Yeah, but the good thing is eventually when I pivot to becoming a new entrepreneur here, right, I get even better at it. Okay, so if you do have friends that is, avoiding certain food, feel gassy, feel burpy, feel bloaty, this session you can leverage and share with them. All right. Bloating is the awkward feeling when your stomach says full, but your genes says no. Yeah. So how to differentiate between bloating or just fat? Yeah, I always laugh at my friends. I say, maybe you're not fat, maybe you're really just bloating, to actually help them find out what is the core problem, when I put it on run and stuff like that. So if you can see this, right, bloating is really just the stomach and then your arms and legs, right? It's not big one. So that was what I faced before, right? And if it's belly fat, it's actually very spongy. If bloating, is actually feeling tight to touch. Okay, so I find the internet is a very interesting place because there are so many different types of bellies. So now everybody, you can touch your own stomach. What kind of belly it is? Make sure it's a normal belly, okay? None of these bellies are actually good belly. But if you do have bloated belly, okay, let's, explore what this is all about. So there are many reasons that will cause us to be bloated. Even when you eat too much, or even if you don't eat, when your gastric attack you, or even if you have your menses for the ladies, or perhaps got certain food allergy, or if it's just as simple as you have been traveling for some time and you're just tired, you can get bloated also, or maybe you overdose on your coffee. So basically almost everything, right, can be a reason to the bloat, okay? So since it's quite overwhelming with information, right? Okay, where do I start? Is it bloating, not bloating? If I bloat, then what happened next, right? Okay, so the good news today is we are going to introduce a group of superheroes that we can't see, but they are definitely very important for our gut health. They are called the probiotics. So because we can't see the little superhero, right? So I've got a very cute video to tell you how it actually works, all right?
A probiotic is a beneficial bacteria, a good guy. And we used to consume huge amounts of them in our diet. But in today's world, we're subjected to many, many stresses. So most people are depleted in probiotics, and they need to be taken to ensure proper digestion, proper elimination, and really ultimately proper immune support. And so bacteria come in. When you take a probiotic, they start to initiate all these different pathways in your body. They upregulate enzyme production. They sequester toxins. They can really improve your regularity. Your immune system is bolstered, but they don't hang around forever, right? They're all transient bacteria. They come in just like your diet, your food. They do a job, and then they're gone. If you were to take our entire probiotic colony, or what's known as the microbiome, and that's the entirety of our bacterial count in our body, 70% of our immune system is found in this microbiome full of bacteria. If you were to take that out and weigh it, it would probably weigh around 6 pounds. And so we need to supplement daily. It keeps us healthy, it keeps us vibrant, and it really keeps us feeling our best.
Yeah, do you see the keyword there? The probiotics, right? They come in and they go because our body is functioning every single day. It's like you're issuing a salary for these probiotics for your stomach to work, The probiotic is your salary. So you gotta pay your stomach daily to digest properly, right? That's why daily supplementation is important. I think really thank you to New Skin for also encouraging us to take supplements consistently. So yes, we are going to talk a little bit about the Probio PCC, what is so special about it. There's so many different probiotic products in the market, but why Probio PCC is the best? Okay, so how did our Probio PCC come about? I think this one is very interesting. So originally, right, I didn't know where or how probiotics are actually created. Do you know where it comes from? Yeah, if you do a quick Google, right, it actually comes from a different person's feces. In the book. So it actually comes from a very, very healthy woman in Sweden who had naturally a strong ability to resist harmful bacteria, meaning she is blessed with like very, very good bacteria in her body and nobody else has it. And lucky enough, probiotic, she can take out that strain, right? And then sort of plant into the probiotic, and when you consume it, you can introduce your system to similar natural ability like she has. Okay, so why is ours so special, right? Because it can survive the strong acid in our stomach. Actually, if you take a look at a majority of the probiotics on the bottle, regardless of any brand, right, they tell you how many billion of the bacteria inside that you consume. And everybody, as a consumer, right, will always go and look, which one got higher? This one got 10 billion, this one got 3 billion. Okay, I'll take the 10 billion one. Well, it's not wrong, but I think more importantly is how strong it can survive in our stomach, because our stomach got a lot of strong acid. And sometimes, as microbiomes, they go into our stomach, right? They don't last long enough until the end cycle. So no matter how high amount of the bacteria, the good bacteria inside your gut, right? If they are not strong enough, then it's kind of pointless. Yeah, that's why our Probio PCC, right, can be stored in room temperature below 30 Celsius, no refrigeration required. So if you take a look into our product information page, right, you can find the explanation exactly as it is. Okay, to ensure product meets label claims for life culture, highest life culture at the end of a shelf life, which is a more valid indicator of efficacy than solely claiming number of life culture at manufacturing. We want the good ROI. We want to make sure, right, we actually get the best of it, not just the beginning only. Okay, so you can screenshot this for your convenience to share with your friends who constantly talk about bloating. Maybe your TME customer who constantly also bloat because they are also having a difficulty in digestion, or maybe they are working, usually sedentary lifestyle, you have very, very bad bloat one. Yeah, so this one, myth debunked, why our ProBio PCC is actually the best. The second tip that I'm going to share with everybody, right, is, are fermented food the same as probiotics? Do you ever face some customers or your friends that tell you, I take yogurt can already, I take kimchi can already, every meal that I have, right, I make sure I got probiotic one, and I don't need to take the probiotic in a capsule format. Got right? Yeah, so I also have. And then I tell them, right, it's actually different, right? So how different it is. So I told them, you can screenshot this also. So probiotic, you must contain live microbes. Okay, you must be tested to show to have health benefit. You must deliver the level of live microbes shown to confer benefit. Like just now I mentioned, you're beginning to the end shelf life, how many you actually have. But if we eat the food as it is, right, like the kimchi, like the natto, the tempeh, don't get me wrong, I love all this food, okay, but I eat it for general health lah, but it's not something that is considered a supplement, right? So fermented food, yes, it's made by like live microbes, but they may not survive into the food you consume after the post-fermentation. And definitely most of them are not tested for health benefits beyond basic nutritional value. What I mean about nutritional value is, for example, tempeh is a good probiotic in a food format, but I will consume it for the benefit of it being a soy protein, a plant protein, more than depending on it as a probiotic for my gut health. All right. So if you have probiotic fermented food, okay, it is also the same thing. It must be tested, blah, blah, blah. So all these you can read lah. But more importantly, right, is when it has clinical study, when it is measurable, when you have all this data, right, then only you're sure that it works, okay? So all this, I say it works. How I know it actually works? Okay, number one, definitely I've tried it. But I also have a group of friends that's very cute. Our relationship improved because everybody is sharing me their poopy story. They are good friends when they started sharing with you how is their pooping experience every single morning, but it's actually good news. So these are some feedback from my friends. The probiotic is so good, so smelly, and then we laugh about it. And then, I have friends who constantly, they feel it's very awkward and funny to tell me about their poop story. But I said, this is actually very normal, everybody have to go through it. Yeah, so all of them, like suddenly I want to order 4 probiotics. Sometimes I also ask them, you eat 4 in a day? Then no, she said it's very good, right? So my customer, not activated, was sharing it with her other friends, right? Telling them, you should take probiotic. I don't have this problem anymore. So Scully Go, she actually shared with 3 people, and then 3 of them actually won. So that's how it actually happened. Yeah, so I think I encourage her to share all these good products with her friends to help them get better lah. And you see here are all the screenshots, even though it's just a bottle of probiotic. And I think it is very fitting to what Ron said just now about the 3155, right? Yeah, so you see, okay, you all can screenshot this and send to your customers and tell them, wow, probiotic really good. Go ahead and leverage. And really, really, all these are real testimonials from people who really relieve from that bloating, that reflux feeling. If you have been through it, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, really best of the best, get rid of stomach bloating and discomfort almost completely. It's very tough for us to actually tell people how it feels like, right? I always tell my friends, I say, you try for yourself and you definitely will feel the difference. Okay, so what is there to lose? The discomfort is there to lose lah. So who actually need to take probiotic? Not just people who have gut problem. If this person is always sick, every 2 weeks MC one time, right? Meaning their immunity is not good. Maybe they have very clean food, very healthy diet, but if they are still falling sick constantly, right? Definitely, they have a very weak gut health because they are not absorbing the nutrients as well. So I hope today you are inspired by our very tiny bottle of Probio PCC, right? And you are powered by Probio PCC and go out and help more people who need our product. With that, I pass the session back to you, Rod.
Thank you, Mikaela. I think, wow, fantastic, right? I think we all get to learn a little bit more about the wonderful products that we have in New Skin, right? And I think all the information is very, very refreshing, right? And we all get to know more. And I love the testimonials that they shared, right? I think it's fantastic, right? Thank you very much, Mikaela. Okay, moving on. Brothers and sisters, right? You can get our Probio PCC, right? Second item, right? On a subscription list, right? So that we can get it at the discounted price. So make sure that you get on it as well. And also share with your friends, right? So it's something that they can use on a regular basis. It's good for us, right? You know, so we want to make sure that we get good quality. So long as we continue to use it, you know, so this is how New Skin helps us as well to make sure that, you know, our friends continue on the subscription program. They're rewarded every 3 months. You get an opportunity to try out a new Skin product, right? So let them try all of this, you know, and it will be very, very good for them to stay as a customer, and it helps us in our 3155 duplication strategy as well. Okay, now thank you very much, brothers and sisters. We're coming over to the end of our DCC, but don't forget, right? Close off the month well, right? So and then become a brand rep. You know, help your friends to become a brand rep, so that all of us can start into our business school of entrepreneurial part 2, right? That's happening on the 4th of July, where we learn how to build teams and then get on moving with the business, right? So join us on BSC 2 on the 4th of July. All right. So that marks the end of our DCC for this morning, right? I think I don't want to keep you guys too long. I mean, we still have one full day ahead. Now let's go out and make some noise. Good now. Goodbye. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.